Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Too Much Bricks. It is officially Friday, the start of a new weekend. For those of you who've been following my channel lately, you will remember the last video I did on Sunday was my revised mock review, and that was on my Thanos Farm mock. So if you haven't seen that, definitely be sure to check that out. But that was Sunday, and now it is Friday, as the time of recording of this video, March 27th, and I'm back. And today, I am doing yet again another mock review. Now, in honor of actually getting a teaser trailer, I don't know if it was an official trailer, but it was a teaser trailer, as well as the release date for the new Mandalorian series. Now, I know with all this COVID-19 stuff that's happening, I know it might be postponed, but the date that I got was October, or somewhere around October through November. So in honor of that, I am revising. I'm doing another revised mock and also a new mock. So this is going to be another double mock review. The first mock I'm going to be showing off is my original Mandalorian mock. If you haven't seen that original video, definitely be sure to go check it out so you will see what it originally looked like. It's basically being revised. And then I have another Mandalorian mock that is completely new. But enough about just talking. Let's get into the video. I do want to say subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. And without further ado, here are the mocks. Alright guys, so here is the first mock. Now this is the revised Mandalorian mock, and I'm just going to take you through it, showing you everything first, and then I'm going to get into the changes that I've made. Just pressing this down a little bit to make it secure, because the reason I did that, which I'll show you in a minute, is this mock can actually become two, come apart, which I'll show you in a minute. But basically what's happening here is you get a little hut on Tatooine over here, or it could just be on any planet. It's mainly modeled off of Tatooine in this area, and then you get into more of the Rocky Mountain area with a lot of foliage, and you have a little hut here that the Mandalorian has just came out of, and he is shooting some ex-Imperial stormtroopers, as well as Cara Dune, I believe that's her name, who is on the roof, and the IG-11. This isn't the actual IG unit, I think. This just came on the Bounty Hunter droid set, because I don't actually have an IG-18 or an IG-11 yet, but I'm just using him for now. I think it kind of works for now. He's shooting a couple of these raiders over here. And then you got, I don't really remember the name of this guy, but he's played by Carl Weathers. Let me leave down in the comment section down below what his name is. This escapes me at this moment, who's shooting another stormtrooper. And then, as I said, you got Cara Dune on the roof with her big gun over there. I'll also show you my custom Mandalorian in a minute. Got a couple of stormtrooper helmets on the spears over there from that town that he was walking in. And then you got some various antennas and some stuff on top of the roof. Antennas and radio dishes. Here's another view from the side and a view from the front. And yeah, so that really completes it for a look at the whole thing. Now, getting into some of the changes that I made, I've actually added thickness, or a kind of base to this, because it used to just be flat, but now I've added that base to it, which I think makes it look a little bit more nice and neat in my opinion, and it kind of gives it kind of a thickness, and it's more sturdy instead of just having it flat. The reason this is orange is because I was kind of going for orange and sand, kind of like a mesa biome in Minecraft, kind of like that weird kind of sand color, which I kind of like. I kind of like how it contrasts. I just didn't want to make it all one color. But also the other reason is, as I said, I'll show you now, is that this can actually come apart. So taking Cara off the roof, because she's just standing there, I'll show you the roof in a minute. I can actually take this whole section, if it'll work. There we go. And that is meant to come off, really just for transportation, because I've taken this to a couple of mock conventions, just little small ones. And so here's the first part. As you can see, it's got some areas where the other tiles are sticking out. So that's the first part. Get a better look at all the grass there. Oops, one just fell down. And then here is the other part. And you can see I have a couple of plates sticking out there, and then it connects as easy as it much easier than it was taken apart. So you just line it up and then press it down, and overall it's very sturdy in the middle. I know it doesn't look like it's a very strong connection, but it really is. I'm going to give you a view from the top, just picking the camera up. Another change that I did was adding these antennas, as you look at all of them, and actually tiling the top of the roof of the little hut. And yeah, so that really completes it for this mock, just putting Kara on the top. Give you one last look. I'm going to show you my customized Mandalorian after I show you the next mock, so let's get on to that. Alright, so here is the new mock using the 4 Mandalorians from the Mandalorian Battle Pack, and I'd realized that I didn't have these characters in a mock, and I was kind of a little disappointed because they are very cool characters, and there wasn't a lot of room in my first Mandalorian mock, so I decided to make another one. This one I just simply call The Road to Navarro. Now, or Navarro, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I believe it's Navarro, but if those of you watching my channel aren't already subscribed to Cbrix, definitely be sure to. He's my friend Cbrix because he does a lot of awesome mocks and Star Wars mocks, as well as Crazy Brick, who just recently did a Navarro mock from The Mandalorian. Definitely be sure to check that out and subscribe to both of them. Great guys that build mocks. So this one I just called, it's very small in comparison to my hand, but I just simply call this one The Road to Navarro because what I based it off of was the Mandalorians before they had the Battle of Navarro, where all the Mandalorians came and there was the big shootout. So for these ones that don't have jetpacks, instead of flying in, this is just them walking through. You can see some of the terrain, the path leading up to the battle scene. So right before they reach the battle scene in the entrance of Navarro, this is just them walking there to go rescue the Mandalorian, or more like running. So as you can see, you got some steps here, or a little hill, little tree back there, a barrel, little tiny mountain. And again, with this one, I have made a base to it, or a little thickness. And yeah, so overall, very simple. You just have a little bit of rise over here. You got 2 levels right here, and then you have a lot more up over here. So you got all 4 Mandalorians from the Mandalorian Battle Pack. I didn't really want to put the speeder in because it just didn't look right. It was kind of big for this small area. But then you got the little mountain over here. These figures are just loosely placed on the path because I didn't really want to ruin the path. I can give you a better look at that. Right there, just using those little disc circle pieces in kind of a winding position. Let me know what you guys think of that. And then moving this barrel out of the way can give you a little better look at the tree and little sand mountain over there. I just included a little bit, very little bit of 1x2 sand green tiles because those are kind of rare, and also that I didn't want to put too much in. But I'm going to go ahead and put the figures back on. I don't really remember the order I originally had them in, so I'm just going to loosely place them on there. But I think they're pretty good for standing up when I just place them on here, so it's not like they constantly fall down. Here's a look at both the mocks up against each other, and I just realized that they are the exact same width, not length, because this one's just a little bit longer. So it kind of matches pretty nice. But let me know if you guys would like to see a giant Mandalorian mock, maybe on Navarro, or maybe combining these two. Leave that in the comment section down below, because currently I am looking for another mock to build. Kind of like a series, because I always like to stay busy, as well as updating my Lego City. But before we end out this video, I'm going to go ahead, as promised, show you my custom Mandalorian figure, and then we'll wrap up this video. Here's an up-close look at my custom Mandalorian figure, and this has also been revised or updated since the last update that I gave you guys. I did a separate video on how to build a custom Mandalorian, and at the time of recording of that video, I had not gotten the actual Mandalorian figure, so I had used the Jango Fett legs and the Jango Fett helmet, but since then, as you can see, I have gotten the actual Mandalorian figure. I've gotten the actual silver helmet, which is very cool, but it was kind of looked better on the art that I saw, but in person it was kind of a little bit disappointing at first because the color didn't really match my custom torso, but that's okay. I've since grown to really like the helmet. So I've just used the Jango Fett torso still to give him kind of that silver armor, the new one that he gets. I've also just used a black head, even though he has since been, spoiler if you haven't seen the full season of The Mandalorian, since he has been revealed, I just kept the black head. I gave him silver arms. The Jango Fett arms were blue, but I gave him some chrome-like silver arms just to represent the shoulder pads that he has. They also gave him Apocalypse Batman's legs because it kind of matches his cape right there, and then the two shin or knee pads that he has right there. And spinning him around, I've given him a jetpack. Again, another spoiler that he gets in the 8th episode. And then I just have his regular cape. So all the revised updates I mentioned that I wanted to fix with him in the original video. If you haven't seen that, definitely be sure to check that out. So that completes it for the figure. For his little blaster pistol, I just gave him a regular cowboy gun in black because I think that's the closest that it looks to. I originally had just a regular mini Star Wars blaster, but I kind of wanted to use something different. So that's what I used for him. And his weapon, I have customized to be a little bit more accurate. So I really like the look of this one. I can actually show you how to build it. It's a little bit tricky to kind of get the stock or the back of it to stay together, but these are all the pieces you'll need. You'll need this claw piece that if you have the actual ATST Raider from the Mandalorian set line, then you can actually get this weapon, these two parts. So you can just connect the brown lightsaber handle and the black claw piece to kind of represent his taser slash rifle, and then just a regular little Star Wars blaster. I originally had used a larger sniper rifle to kind of get that stock on the back that he has, but I've since upgraded it. So that's what it looks like. The original one had the smaller blaster, but I've just added this larger one. And then you can take one of these studs with the hole through it, and you can place that on the back. Either way you want, I'd suggest doing it, but it has to on the back, but it has to be all the way on the back. And then you could take this little twig piece, maybe from Groot or your Lego Stormbreaker, and then just stick that on the back. It's a little hard to get it to actually stay. Let me see if that'll work. There we go. And it's very loose. Come on. There we go. It's very loose, but I just think it looks really nice if you get it just right to kind of represent that weird back of the rifle that he has also in brown. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like with the Mandalorian. So that's what it looks like with the Mandalorian. My original custom figure, I had it on a little neck brace on the back, but since I have him with his jetpack, there wasn't any room for that. So I just have him holding it in this particular one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. If you spotted any cool building techniques, definitely leave down in the comment section down below if you actually customize your Mandalorian figure in the way that I did, because I want to know if you liked the design and if you enjoy my custom figure videos. I know this is a very long video. I didn't really intend it to be this long, but I'm sorry about that, but I still hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely want to say subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. As I said, subscribe to C Bricks and Crazy Bricks, and as well as Andrew Does More Legos, because they're all great YouTubers, do great mocks. And again, subscribe here. Remember, you can never have too much bricks. See you in the next couple of videos, and keep building. Bye for now.